question is if I thin all of those apples, if I leave only the king and I thin everything off, how am I going to have a crop next year? And that's a good question. What you really want to do is you want to make sure that these are a fist apart. In Spanish, to the guys, we call that a puño. A fist apart or 6 inches apart, so that each of those apples gets color and it's spaced along those darts or those spurs to where it'll get good size and it has some room. But next to this, the one that's not going to have an apple, that's going to be called your resting spur. And it's not going to have an apple on it. We've talked about tree alternation, but really on limbs we have spur alternation. So this is going to be your resting spur next year. But next year, it's going to be your resting spur this year, but next year you're going to crop it. And you're going to crop this year here, but it's going to be your resting spur next year. So you're not only, what you're doing is you're alternating on the spurs. You're going to crop a spur one year, you're going to have a resting spur next to it, and they're just going to alternate. So that you always have crop on there. That's why it's really important that you get in there and you thin early, and you don't necessarily want an apple on every single spur on that tree. That's exactly why you want to get in there early and thin those and get them spaced apart. So really good question. The short answer to your question is you want to leave resting spurs for next year.